Hey guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. I almost forgot what my channel name was for a second there. This is Priscilla here at Release the Craftin. And this is another day of a Cabinet of Curiosiprompts. That's hashtag Curiosiprompts, which is a month-long challenge where we explore the strange and unusual and unique words that are in the lexicon, which happen to all be assembled here in our Cabinet of Curiosiprompts. And today's word is foxing, which is a noun for the yellow-brown age seen in the pages of old books. I also forgot to mention it, even though I've said it every single day up until now. This is a challenge that I am doing in collaboration with Tiff over at Amethyst Raven 342, so make sure you check her out. In the description box below is a playlist with everybody else who's been posting videos up to YouTube. And, yeah. Ta-da! We're doing stuff today, and we're doing stuff about foxing. That is the prompt today. And I'm actually going to keep this one pretty simple, because I'm going to show you guys how to do something less simple, but also simple. And I'm going to hope that I do it in a way that is actually like a proper tutorial, and not just do as I say, not as I do, which is usually the format of most of my tutorials, because I mess them up. So I'm going to try not to bung it up while I explain it to you guys this time. But for the background, we're going to keep it pretty simple, because what I got here is an assemblage of book pages, which I have probably more than I need, but I have sort of color graded in an ombre fashion from fresh page all the way down to beautifully foxed. We're just going to stick them on here. We're going to go. If you were my glue, found it. So I want to do like a nice graduation of colors. And I'm not going to be precious about it, because most of this is going to get covered up anyways. Also, I have 900 bajillion of these book pages in a stack. So it's about time they get used. Because when I first started crafting, I had a very hard time ripping up books. Believe it or not, because you've seen me do it now, so I know it doesn't seem like a thing. But I really struggled with the idea that, like, to do this junk journaling thing, I was going to have to rip up some books. And, so my solution was to have my friends rip it up and then send it to me instead. Which worked. But now I have, a plethora of just the most random assortment of book pages that really need to get like used. They need a home, and I'm very grateful for cool crafty friends who did this until I got over my stigma of ripping up books. Oh, well, if this wasn't upside down, I would totally use it, because it's all delightfully delightful. But I don't want an even edge. I don't want that uneven of an edge either. So let me smooth that one out a bit. Look at how I just made it worse. It's fine. It's fine. We're just going to come way over here with it. Yeah, I have a ton of these. I'm probably ripping off more paper than I need. I only need little strips. But I'd like to get like a nice little ombre effect. I'm going to end up with a very chunky tag towards the bottom here, which is also fine. So yeah, this is this is not the most exciting background, but a background shall be had, which I think will be a good representation of what foxing looks like. And then we'll give ourselves a fun little focal point. I don't even think that's on the edge. That's fine. We'll ink it up. It's fine. Everything is fine. We're not going to be bothered by things. Ooh, this paper is plush. This is definitely old, because it's got that nice, like, cottony feel. Love it. You can hear the storm is still raging here. It is still the same day as I am recording these back to back. There. Oh, that's the same color. So this one next. I don't think I'm going to use this image, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's see. I have nothing to talk about because I've been recording videos back to back, so any news I had has already been spoken. What else can I talk about in my own video? I should probably, because this one's like her, so we should maybe go k. You know what I mean? Like k. Those are the technical terms. The technical sounds. Now, oh, this one's Shakespeare. Fancy. This is also very delicate paper. So let's see. Just use the tear that's already there, Priscilla. Ooh, careful, careful, careful. It definitely is a great color. I love, oh, I'm running out of glue. I love the foxing color, like on books. It's always delightful to find a book that has this coloring. But it definitely has an impact, because the more age you get into a book, the more delicate the paper becomes. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. Nope, we're doing this forever. Okay. Crisis averted. So I always get really excited, like when I see a book page that's like crispy. This one's also slightly green from something. I think I'm just gonna pop this onto the bottom. I kind of don't want to tear this up. Maybe I'll distress it with my fingernail. Crazy things are happening. Because I want to get as much of that super dark color as possible. I guess we're tearing it up a little bit because it's stuck to the glue, and all the distressing didn't matter because you smoothed it right out. Is this worth it? Is this worth trying to stick back down? You know what? I kind of like it. I'm okay with that. And we have our nice graduation ombre affected bit of foxing. A little cleanup so I don't drive myself crazy. And then we'll do a little trim up and we'll have our tag. And that's really as complicated as I'm going to make this one. That'd be just crazy if I was like, alright, now I'm done. And then I just shut the camera off. That would be wild. Okay. It's so funny. Cutting through like the newer paper and then into the older paper is such an experience. Because like it's so, I can't even describe it. It's so satisfying to cut into the older paper. But also it's, whatchamacallit, like there's more resistance cutting into the newer paper because it's firmer. And then I see you escaping. Okay. As you guys know, because I talked about it in January, I've been like watching a bunch of anime and catching up on stuff and things like that. I don't have anything else to talk about for a second. I started watching a show that I used to watch when I was like 13, 14, that I was obsessed with. It's in the B shonen style, which is like a very pretty, very delicately drawn, sort of anime style for girls in particular. The men are all very gorgeous. They have a lot of feminine features, lots of long flowing hair, and beautiful faced men, which is, you know, I think if you know me, then you know why this appealed to me even at a young age, because I like a pretty man. But like, the show is called Fushigi Yugi, and I used to obsessively watch it. I bought I think I bought it on VHS at first, and then they switched over to DVD, so I bought the DVDs, and then, like, I have them, but I didn't want to drag them out to watch them, but, they happened to be streaming, so I went to go watch them on streaming, and I was like, let me just see how this show that, like, was clearly formative in my early years, like, let me see how this show holds up, and it's been interesting, I will say that. There's definitely a very distinctly, like, 90s quality about it. We read another book page, and I got one that is distinctly different colored for reasons. And now we're going to make it a square, because we need a square. Yeah, so it's distinctly 90s, but a lot of it holds up more than I thought it would. There's also a fair amount of it that I'm like, come on, not these tropes again, because it's a lot of, like, very common romance, especially towards young girls, types of tropes where, like, it's the, if I can't have them, I guess I'll go evil type of thing. And it's been really interesting and really fun to watch. But I'm finding that I'm still enjoying it, even now, you know, like 20-ish years later, 20, 25 years later, I am still really enjoying it, and I don't even know why, because I've definitely seen better stuff since then, and more complex storylines and things that aren't nearly as tropey, but, like, I don't know if it's, like, the romp down nostalgia lane, or if I'm just missing my dose of beautiful men, because, like, the modern anime style, while it does have, like, beautiful men, they're not the same. It's just not the same as, like, the old school, like, Bishonen style, and I kind of miss that, so, like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in my brain right now, but that's where I'm at. So, enough about that, because I'm going to show you guys some stuff and things. So, we cut a square out of some book paper. Cut it out of any paper. And then, we're going to fold it, obviously on one diagonal, but also the other one. And we want it to be, you know, fairly accurate. It's not perfectly accurate, don't worry or stress. And then also, this is the point where I realized that I have somehow crookedly cut my square, which is weird because I followed the line, so you think it would be even. How did that happen? Oh, because I'm not even on the center of this line. What's happening here? Okay, try it again. We make this like this, right? And then when we fold it, match up the edges. Match up the... Okay, so I don't have a perfect square. That's the issue. One moment, please. Okay, I came back. We're going to cut this into a square. Because for whatever reason, I guess I was talking too much. My perfect square technique has failed me. So, nice and even. 7 1/4. Nice and even. 7 1/4. So that's weird. Because I have never had a problem making a square. So we try this again. Now all the lines are off. It's okay. I don't care. So, fold. And then we open it and we fold it the other way. I swear to God, if this doesn't line up, I'll scream. There we go. Much better. And then we're going to take one corner, fold it up to the center. the other corner, fold that up to the center. It just occurred to me that this diagram is square in the middle. I don't know if I love that. So I'm going to do mine the opposite way. Sorry. Recrease my lines because I didn't like it. Okay, much better. Okay, I'm going to flip it over. So now you're on the back. You're going to take one of the sheets, you're going to fold it down and make a triangle. Like so, okay? Then you're going to close it, flip it, so then you have all 3 points up top, 1 point on the bottom. Okay, we're going to take one ear, we're going to fold it this way. You're going to kind of do this little bit. You could match it like perfect, but I find it better when you have like a little foot on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. You see like there's a little, like a little guy down here? That little guy is helpful. Especially if you want yours to stand. I find that this works the best. Then we're going to flip it over to the back. We're going to match this fold. So you want your points to match up. You're going to give yourself a little guy. Okay. Swoosh, smoosh. And then you're going to fold so that you have the crease that matches everything else. This little center guy. I'm going to push these forward, right? And then you are going to get your finger in there. And you're going to smush it out until it makes a little, I don't know, wonky rhombus diamond shape. Like that. Yeah? And then, I'm going to come over here, fold this in like this way. And guess what, guys? You have made a fox that stands. It looks like this. Now we're going to further foxify it by making it cute with a marker. So I'm going to give him a little face. I'm going to give him a little nose. Maybe a little bigger nose. I like a big nose. I got a big nose, so I like a big nose. Okay, and then we're going to give him little happy eyes. Oh, that was kind of crazy, but it works. And then I like to give them little ear shapes. And we have a fox. If you want to get real crazy, you can do like the little fluffy tail bit. There's his tail. We have a fox. Now, I could color him in. It's very tempting. It's very, very tempting. But I kind of just like the idea of my book page fox being on my book pages in book page color. Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick him down, and that's going to be my fox. I am going to glue his tail down so it's not sticking out, because it's for standing. He stands. But I'm going to glue him down, and we got our little fox guy. In fact, I'm going to glue a lot of the parts down so that he lays flat. Trust me, I can already hear you guys, because you're like, Priscilla, on Alopecoid, you were like, no, I'm not going to put a fox on this. That's too on the nose. But then you saw foxing and said, this needs a fox. This definitely needs a fox. What the heck, Priscilla? And I'm going to tell you guys right now that nobody in the world gets on my nerves more than I do. So, yeah, that's the thing that's happened here. I am a mystery even to myself. But the benefit is that I got a cute little fox out of the deal. And hopefully you guys were able to follow that along and make your own little foxes if you want to make a little standing fox or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to glue everything but his little face down so his little face still has a little dimension. And then we're going to glue him down. So like I said, an easy, fairly simple tag, but I really love this effect. I really like how it came out. I think it's really cute. And we got foxing on display here. Oh, I should have done the little word guide before I stuck a big old chunky piece down on the front, but that's okay. It's just a book page. It's not gonna affect anything. Oh, I didn't color up the back when I was inking around the edge. I don't know why, like, I can't connect one thought train to the other. Foxing. How's that? We have a tag. Alright, guys. So, that's it for me today. Come back tomorrow, see what we do for the next hashtag Curiosiprompts. That is a Cabinet of Curiosiprompts. Make sure you check out Tiff over at AmethystRaven342. See what she made. Check out the playlist, all the things I said at the beginning. Do that now. And come back tomorrow, see what we make for the next splendid edition, exciting edition of hashtag Curiosiprompts. Until then, guys, I appreciate your faces. Happy crafting and goodbye.